Hey everybody, this is Rydo, and we're back to Edna and Harvey's New Eyes. So they've done something interesting here in that we're going to have to brainwash ourselves to unbrainwash ourselves, which means we are going to go into probably 6 or 7 different just mental spaces that don't really have to be connected and really explained as far as places with puzzles. So here you can see Mother Superior's eye, I guess. It kind of looks like Harvey's eye. And we have a rule that we're not allowed to play with fire, a restriction. So we've got to break that. So we're looking for something that looks like an inner demon to break that. Let's see, what can we interact with? We have the eye, we have a cord, and we have a club.
Lilli would lose this staring contest.
Let's pull this and see what happens.
Ow! The dust! My eye's burning! Who was that?
Okay.
It was a wooden club, like Lilli had heard about in stories about the Stone Age, trolls, and baseball players.
So, we've got a wooden club, and then we've got a eye.
The cave was curtained off by a dusty piece of fur. Weren't there any children here to keep everything clean?
And so it seems like the only way you can go is into the gallery. Yeah, so further we go.
Lilli would have liked to look around, but she didn't want to risk being seen by Mother Superior's giant eye.
Oh, so is the general idea here that she can't see you over this table? So let's just see if we can club the eye.
Wasn't close enough to shatter its retina to pieces with a club. Not that our Lilli was entertaining such thoughts.
Alright. So it does seem like you just have to do the same thing 3 times.
Ow! The dust! My eye's burning! Who was that? My eye! Oh, stop it!
Lilli would have liked to look around, but she didn't want to risk being seen by Mother Superior's giant eye.
So we do have to stay hidden.
Ow! My eye! Who was that?
And we're just gonna get the same thing each time. So I guess I'm supposed to just beat the dust with the club.
Oh, it's burning! Just wait! When I find whoever's flinging all that dirt around, they're in for a nasty surprise!
And so we have very different background music playing, even though up until this point the game has been
unobserved for now.
They've been reusing the audio too much. It feels a little low budget. And here we have
My eye's burning!
kind of a Harvey snowman. And then we have some ribs and a huge eye again.
Lilli would lose this staring contest. Either bone collectors were hunting big animals here, or someone had started making a prehistoric loom. Lilli
take
had
the
enough
ribs.
ribs. They were easy to count, but Mother Superior had forbidden it because it ruined her appetite.
Yeah, this feels like an odd sound song to play in loop. It's gonna get very repetitive, I think, very fast.
A real cylinder. Lilli was astounded.
Kendall, I need that cylinder. You'd understand if you stood around all day in the cold with a bald head.
So we have a snowman. We need to play a fire to burn the snowman.
Lilli didn't want to seem picky, but that this was hardly the right place for a snowman.
So it does definitely feel like there's some parallels to something like I have no mouth and yet I must scream, in that there are going to be characters and inner demons in Lilli now. And it's an interesting concept that should have been done, I think, more often than it really is. But yeah, this does definitely not feel like it's going to be too much of an experience. We've used the club too, so it seems like we're just going to talk to this guy.
The fireplace is closed. Good children don't play with fire. And you're a good child, aren't you?
Uh-huh.
You see? There's no reason why well-behaved girls like you should have anything to do with burning objects.
But
Ba-ba-ba-ba-ba. Not one. Got it?
Lilli wasn't convinced. Garrett had said she should use the fire to make light. That seemed to be a good reason to her. But how was she ever going to convince the demon of this?
Like, we have no items.
Lilli could hardly believe her eyes. A real right on top of the head of the talking snowman.
So you have a cylinder, and you have firewood,
Lilli didn't want to seem picky. That this was
but it seems like very little of this you can really grab.
Hands off. I need you to...
And just being persistent, I don't think is the right move.
Lilli had enough ribs. They were eaten by Mother Superior. Either bone collect or sell.
Yeah, this puts you in a weird position where I guess you're just supposed to go back this way. So one eye is closed. Hey, and now we have a cataract lens that just
After
appeared.
dealing with the curtain, Mother Superior had apparently taken her contact lenses out.
Yeah,
Strange.
contact
In
lens.
the real world, Mother Superior wore glasses. But in the real world, Mother Superior wasn't 50 feet tall either, so it was probably fine.
Okay, so now we have an object that we can interact with. So this does just kind of feel like this is going to be...
After dealing with the curtain, Mother Superior had strange, but in the
We're going to use a contact lens on the firewood.
Lilli didn't need a visual aid to see that this was hardly the right place for a snowman. Even without a magnifying glass, it was apparent that the snowman was quite stylish.
So if we could get the sunlight, we could melt the
Lilli didn't
guy.
need a visual aid that this was
But I think we're going to have to do something where we get the eyes to start a fire.
What's that strange smell?
So this seems like this might be
Carrots.
fairly small, simplistic puzzles, which is fine because the puzzles up until this point have been too big.
I'm burning. Take off my head. Take it off.
Okay, so now we're being told to take off that.
Lilli wasn't quite sure. She wasn't actually allowed to play with fire.
Now do something, Lilli. Take off my head.
So now we've made a
Thanks, Lilli. You saved me. Now you see the
contradiction.
damage that fire can do. It's best not to touch it.
Lilli was a little contrite. Apparently, the snowman hadn't learned anything.
So yeah, contradiction there. We just played with fire because we obeyed Harvey, which I guess we're considering Harvey an adult, which is seemingly the way, another restriction. Alright, well, let's use the cylinder on the firewood, and I think that's pretty much it.
Hey, stop that. No. No.
So it does
Lilli
kind
had
of seem...
put out the fire, just like the snowman had told her to. Hopefully, he now realized that there were quite appropriate situations where one could play with fire.
So my guess is this was kind of the tutorial one. And the last restriction releasing puzzle will probably be a lot bigger than that, because that was a little too short for its own good. And it's
Congratulations! Lilli has acquired a new skill. She can now get around
super late in the
van
game
or
to
play
get a
with fire.
tutorial.
All she has to do is cancel it in her new Don'ts menu by clicking on it with the left mouse button. Keep this option in mind. Throughout the game, Lilli will learn to bypass many other restraints using this technique. But keep in mind that only one ban can be revoked at a time.
Interesting. So I thought throughout the game you were going to break each one of this. So chapter around this, or a chapter around these two possibly, then a chapter around this, and this. It seems more like we're going to have to just constantly switch back and forth. Which, that puts an interesting twist on it. You definitely don't see... So now she can make fire. You don't see a lot of twists in point-and-click adventure games anyways. They tend to be a little too formulaic, and that's probably in part why they are not getting more popular with age.
With the help of the torch, Lilli could finally inspect the mysterious bracket. What a surprise! It was a torch bracket, but there was still no trace of the promised secret passage.
We still have no idea as far as where Garrett plays a role in this story, and Edna is just totally gone.
There had to be a secret passage there somewhere.
Like, you can clearly see it as far as the breaks here, but the question, I guess, comes down to, are we clicking on something, or is there some other trick?
There had to be a secret passage there somewhere.
Can't pull the hook.
There had to...
She can walk a little bit to the left, but she does seem to, by default, want to stand here.
It was true! A secret passage! Garrett was right once again.
Seems a little extra to have to place the torch, then twist the torch. It would have made a lot of sense to just place the torch and then have it slide accidentally to open the door, just so you can move further
Lilli,
down
you
that
did
way.
It. Perfect. I think you're finally ready to know the truth. Well, where should I start?
Okay, let's start with you, Garrett. Like, he's pretty tall, so, like, it seems odd that he would be in this convent with children, but I guess he may just be a very older child.
Maybe I should introduce myself first. My full name is Chief Deputy Garrett Gordon Gardengore. I'm an undercover investigator for the juvenile department. I took a position in the convent as a cover to observe Mother Superior. My assignment is to uncover evidence proving her educational methods violate youth protection laws. But Dr. Marcel is an even bigger fish to fry. Compared to him, Mother Superior is a saint.
Lilli could hardly believe what she was hearing, but now it all made sense. The secret room, the listening devices, and the strange voices she kept hearing at night. It was all coming together to form a coherent overall picture.
Yeah. It doesn't really ring believable, certainly, but I guess this is the narrative of the false narrative that we're going to follow. And I guess we'll just start on the left and go to the right.
Before you ask me any questions, let me quickly tell you one more thing about the hypnosis. This Harvey hypnosis is the doctor's devilish invention. He apparently uses this stuffed rabbit to force his will on you. If we want to get out of here, then you're going to have to fight the behavioral rules he's installed inside you. You can also take on the other behavior blocks, just like you did the one stopping you from playing with fire. But it means you'll have to put yourself back in a trance. The first challenge will be leaving the school grounds. Mother
I keep
Superior
hearing a
has forbidden you from
dinging
doing this.
sound.
And because of the behavior block, you're incapable of being disobedient. The solution is to once
It's just
again
a background
fight the
sound
block
effect,
while you're in a trance.
I guess.
We have to tackle the problem at its source.
So it kind of feels like we need the Harvey bunny with us. And this Harvey bunny is a little bit different, I think, because he has a pull string, but I think the implication is that he very possibly is the same Harvey from the first game. Not that
Let me finish. As I said, Dr. Marcel
that
is a much
Lilli
bigger fish.
really would
The
even
police
know
has
that.
been after him for a while. He's suspected of using illegal therapy methods that rob children of their childhood. And the hypnosis he subjected you to confirms this suspicion. Call the police? Ha! Lilli, I am the police. I can help you and get you to safety. We just have to get off the school grounds somehow. I think the best way is to follow in your friend Edna's footsteps. But first, I want to answer any questions you have. So? No questions? How disappointing. Oh well, okay. Let's go to the tree swing.
So that just, I guess, ends there, and we're jumping to this point, and this whole scene is lit differently and definitely feels more cartoony. So it might be an indication, certainly, of the world just getting further and further away from reality, which clearly Lilli had a big break from reality anyways. Yeah, it doesn't really make any sense to just not follow Edna.
Hello, Lilli. You're not trying to leave the school grounds, are you? You know that Mother Superior has forbidden it. And you do know
You must not contradict adults.
it's possible to have lots of fun without defying the rules set by adults. We could sort your marbles according to colors. Or come up with a counting rhyme for folding laundry.
No matter how tempting the funny rabbit suggestions were, Lilli had to get through the fence and find Edna.
Okay.
There was that funny rabbit again. On the one hand, Lilli was happy about the company. On the other hand, he wouldn't let her leave the school grounds. And Lilli didn't see any strings for the hypnosis. She needed a better plan.
So do we talk to Harvey to convince him to brainwash us? I guess that's the trick here. Because I don't think the idea is to just wander around. So it does seem like there's going to be some more dialogue.
You must not contradict adults.
It wasn't even necessary. There are so many fun things that one is allowed to do. Like counting. Or playing with balls of wool.
So I guess the hint might be the ball of wool.
Actually, the ball of wool should have stayed in the treasure chest for all eternity as a symbol of friendship. But Lilli was running out of options.
Oh, I see. So, fairly simplistic answer here. Put the ball of wool into Harvey so you can pull a string.
What do you have there? Can I see it? Woo! A ball of wool! Yippee! But that's...
Oh, I thought she was going to put it in his stomach, but it seems like she's just going to use it to brainwash herself.
With the rabbit's help, Lilli had returned into a trance. In the distance, she could see the giant Mother Superior stomping around in front of her cave. And over there, where in reality had been a huge gap in the fence, there was now a cobweb with a giant spider in the center. This
It's a little
had
bit
to
too
be
much
the second
narrative.
demon for her to defeat.
We should be able to just figure this out by looking at it. So you've got Harvey spider, pile bones, and tar pit.
The tar pit was bubbling invitingly. Unfortunately, Lilli didn't have time for a bath.
Now, otherwise, it doesn't seem like there's anywhere you can go. So this is just a one scene puzzle, making it nice and easy, which really seems odd considering how complicated the puzzles previously were.
Between all the gnawed-on human bones was a rib that reminded Lilli of a unicorn's home. Lilli was delighted.
So remember, we had heard the story that Mother Superior wanted a unicorn and she was given a tarantula instead. And she put a nail through the head of the tarantula to make it a unicorn and killed it. So I bet we're going to just copy that.
A giant spider was blocking the path leading down from the mountain. Its eyes were flashing belligerently. Maybe it wanted to be petted.
Didn't anyone ever tell you that you're not allowed to leave the schoolgirl?
It's funny, the scar on the eye is on the other side.
But since you're such a good girl, you already know that.
Seems like we're just repeating some lines of dialogue again.
Lilli did indeed know this, but Garrett had also told her that she was no longer safe here in the convent. Suddenly, adult rules seemed rather nonsensical to Lilli. How could she convince the spider demon that even Mother Superior wasn't always right?
Like, we can't do anything with Mother Superior. So let's just try this on the Harvey spider.
Legs and a horn. Lilli had seen that somewhere before, but the rib would never stick to the spider's head on its own.
So we have to put the tar on it first, and then stick it on him.
Eight legs and a horn. Lilli had seen that somewhere before.
Yeah, it definitely feels too
Lilli
simplistic.
was curious whether this would have any effect. When Lilli saw how Mother Superior took this spider in her arms, her heart melted. Suddenly, Mother Superior no longer seemed so big and grown up. She emerged from her trance with a blissful smile on her lips.
Yeah. It seems odd. Odd that we're going to do this. We're dangerously... If they're all going to be this short, there's a danger that we're going to have to break the mental blocks a second time, potentially, or
Lilli had overcome
that this second act...
She might still only have been able to ignore one rule, but it was better than nothing.
Yeah. This whole second act of the game may just be fairly short, and we may just be on a mad rush towards finishing the whole game.
Actually, the ball of wool should have stayed in the treasure, but Lilli... Actually, Lilli...
So I guess we're keeping the ball of wool to hypnotize ourselves. There's another Daedalic game that unfortunately, again, didn't go anywhere and ended on a negative note, where it was a little girl with psychic powers. And you're getting kind of that feel with this transition, but there's no actual indication that Lilli does have any kind of magic or psychic powers. Maybe we'll unlock the ability to disable each restriction, and see, just now we're at chapter 2 when frankly we should be closer to chapter 3. maybe we'll just have to then unlock multiple
It was already
restrictions.
dusk when Lilli
I
set
would
off down the
suspect
convent hill.
2 or 3 being unlocked at the
You're
same
late.
time might
Where
be
have
the
you been all this
maximum.
time?
It'd be kind of weird to have to
Save it.
unlock every
Save
single one
There's a
slowly.
time for words and a time for action. And there's a third time. The time for sitting at the police station and filling out forms. And that time has come. What now? Ah, don't say anything. You want your girlfriend. What's her name? Oh, Edna, right?
Uh-huh.
I could tell right away that that girl meant overtime. But if she's still alive, I'll probably have to take care of this too. Although I think it's much more likely that Dr. Marcel has already found her and used a wood chipper to turn her into pig feed. If that's the case, I'll find that out too. So don't worry about your little girlfriend anymore.
Interesting that
Why do I
they're
always
using
have
the
to be so
phrase
damn compassionate?
girlfriend
It's a curse.
as one
Oh,
word.
well. Wait here while I investigate a few
In
things.
English, it would
I'll
be
watch the
girl
path to
space
the
friend,
institution. Maybe I'll
unless
learn
they
something
are
that
actually
way.
implying
If
a
I discover
romantic
anything,
interest.
I'll give you a signal. I'll make an owl call. Or something like that. You won't miss it. Wait here for me. I'm sure it will only take a few hours.
So we're getting left alone.
Lilli was immensely relieved that Edna's fate was now in the hands of this exceptionally competent youth investigator. However, she would have liked to have shown him the map with the directions to Edna's hiding place. But Garrett had already disappeared. Lilli risked a glance at the map. She could see Moor Lake from here. Edna's hiding place couldn't be that far.
You're not planning on running into the moor after dark, are you? Don't you know how dangerous that is?
You must not hang around dangerous places.
There are so many other nice places for children to visit. The Agricultural Museum, for example, or the Job Information Center at the Employment Office.
Lilli was starting to think that the funny stuffed rabbit wasn't so funny after all. She stubbornly risked another look at the map.
You must not hang around dangerous places.
I'm sorry. I certainly didn't want to startle you. We're friends, after all, and friends don't play pranks on each other.
Okay. Let's grab the map. And then off it rolls, and that, I think, is going to just send us in different directions. We could go to Moor Lake, we could go to the bridge, we can go to the village, and I guess we're going to the village. And so we're probably going to come back and around a lot of different places. And so it does seem like now we've opened up a bigger area, and that we probably won't just immediately start to break entering dangerous places. I think more than likely we're going to have to break drinking alcohol, lying, then entering dangerous places, and then maybe even a different chapter we'll use shop our objects, get angry, and do whatever we want. Whatever we want, I guess, might overlap on all of these anyways. So if you unlock that, that seems like you wouldn't need to be able to unlock 2 abilities at that point.
The map had developed an unusual independence. Lilli thought it was behaving very badly.
Signpost, courtyard, police, bar, cemetery.
Lilli arrived just in time to see the flying topography tool disappear through a grilled window.
We have just a pizza box here. And we'll take a chili pepper. And then we'll look at the pizza box. Can't even look at it. Take an air pump. Well, if we know what an object is, basically, we shouldn't bother looking at
That
it.
must be the police car.
Even if there is going to be maybe something slightly funny with this, it's probably going to be kind of wasteful of time.
The bar suggested that this was a lion cage.
So does the chili pepper
Lilli
work with
couldn't
this?
just conjure the solutions to her problems from thin air.
Okay. So, yeah, back this way we go. Looks like we're just going to end up having to collect a bunch of stuff. I half suspect that we would enter the police station and find that there's no Garrett, and or that he's a bad guy somehow.
Lilli liked everything that was colorful. Flowers, butterflies, and bruises she got from behaving badly.
So I guess that's the first hint of physical abuse happening to Lilli compared to just emotional abuse that the Mother Superior seemed to lavish on everybody. Valium jar. Wine gums. Alcohol test. Apparently we're going for drunk.
The map lay out of reach.
Okay, so I guess the puzzle here is that we've got to figure out how to eat the wine gummy.
Lilli knew she wasn't supposed to play with her food. Food was such a sore loser. And when it started acting up, Lilli would get scared.
Okay. Can't mix those two. And I doubt a chili pepper would set off an alcohol test.
The officer was trembling all over. And it wasn't even that cold in here.
Let's talk to him and see what we can do here.
What? Oh, just a little girl. What are you doing out here in the middle of the night? Aren't you worried that the loonies will catch you? Well, you should be, so hurry. Get back to bed. Or did you want to make a complaint?
Okay, yes, let's make a complaint.
Oh boy. This had to happen someday. And who do you want to make a complaint about, if I may ask?
Let's see. Dr. Marcel.
You don't mean Dr. Marcel, do you? Shh! Keep it down. The doctor is a very influential man. We all know he's got a few things to answer for. But you still have to be very careful with accusations like that. Unless you have evidence, I really can't help you.
Okay. So, I imagine we can't make a complaint about ourselves to get into jail.
You don't mean yourself, do you? Police. What terrible things could a little girl like you have done? Children your age can't even be charged with a crime. The only reason to lock up a young kid like you would be to sober you up. But I'm sure a girl who looks as well behaved as you already knows to stay away from alcohol, right? You see? Of course, if you insist,
It is a
you can take a voluntary alcohol test
repeated
anyway.
line of
Machine is over
dialogue.
there, against the wall. But I can't arrest you if you haven't gone and drunk nothing.
And I imagine in Germany, being drunk as a child may be a little bit more acceptable than... It's not technically acceptable, certainly, but it's not going to be as big of a deal. Alright, let's go check out the bar. It is a slow walking pace. We're going to have to figure out if we can double click to move around. Alright, so we have a flounder automat.
To use the machine, you needed small change and a comfortable relationship with salmonella.
That's a funny joke.
Lilli liked everything that was colorful. Flowers, butterflies.
So we have a neon pink and we have a yellow. So clearly what we're gonna do here is we're going to look for like maybe a neon cyan, and we can hear some kind of German song playing in the background.
Lilli had also received a box like this after her father had been lost at sea. It probably took the Association for the Relief of Dead Seafarers a long time to collect this.
Let's grab the collection jar if we can. And a little too easy to steal things.
Lilli had also received it probably.
And
Lilli had never seen a bartender before, but she was pretty sure that they didn't usually wear nightgowns.
Oh, what do we have?
let's talk to the
here?
bartender.
A little girl without parents, all alone in the night. How sweet. What brings you into this dark dive where no one can hear you scream? Alcohol. I can't serve children alcohol. I'm missing the recipe for the only alcoholic cocktail on the menu, the Volcano Berserker. Plus, I ran out of the ingredients. So, if you want a drink, you'll have to get me the right ingredients. And then the drinks will be free. Here, the menu.
So, like, the song that's playing in the background is a song that is played in Deponia. So they're reusing that music. Alright. So the Volcano Berserker. We need something. But we already have the Knockout Poison Smile. And we're 2/3 of the way towards the neon drink. So let's go ahead and just click on this.
Have you got all the ingredients? No? Then I can't help you, sweetie.
Okay, so I guess I have to have all the ingredients for all 3 of them first. Alright, off to the cemetery we go. Yeah. Mariana and the medium. A fire and a green neon color. Cool.
You know what you have to do, Lilli. Everything has to burn. Everything.
Yeah, if anything, maybe the first Edna and Harvey game didn't have enough of those kinds of jokes for a crazy character. Although at a certain point in modern day, even trying to make a game around a character that's crazy, comedically crazy, like One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, may just be considered like ableist and insulting. So, yeah, you probably would get some pushback. I'm sure Daedalic, as a German company, didn't get as much as a, say, American company, United States company might in 2022, but it's a shame because it would be... You could definitely take this concept and make more games like this, or of just a crazy person. Although maybe you don't have it be a crazy kid. Like, it is arguably unnecessary that Edna and Harvey, or Edna and Lilli, are kids. They could just be crazy adults, teenagers, and like young adults.
The girl seemed friendly.
Let's go ahead and talk to her.
What? Wait. No! This isn't Aunt Gorgula. My name is Miranya. Miranya the Medium. How many more times do I have to tell you? What? But that's... One moment. Please stay on the line. Sorry, little girl. This could take a moment. It's that bartender Max Mixo again. A real pain in the ass. So dead and yet so talkative. Come to think of it, the spirits are very unsettled today. They're all talking over each other. If only I had earplugs. What was that? Now listen to me, my dear lady. I'm not a greeting cards courier. I'm sure that... Max Mixo, would you please shut up for a moment? Because there are others who... No, I don't know anyone called Priscilla.
Miranya was busy. Lilli could completely understand that. She knew how hard it was to ignore spirits. Especially those that tried to grab you at night.
Okay. So we need to get her some earplugs. Double clicking does move you this way.
Huh?
And that seems to have gotten me my first achievement. And that seems to have brought you to maybe a hint of what the first Edna and Harvey game looked like. More lower resolution, dark. So yeah, that's a nice little Easter egg, and you can definitely tell the implication here is that they're much higher resolution and widescreen in this new game. Although the art style really isn't that great that it would feel that different. I for one never once even considered that the original Edna and Harvey game might be at a lower resolution. Okay. Let's just walk to the bridge this time.
The path that Garrett had taken led Lilli to a small bridge over one of the brackish creeks running off from Moor Lake. Two trustworthy-looking men in white lab coats were working there. Lilli wasn't quite sure what to make of them. She also recognized Garrett in the bushes on the other shoreline. Apparently, he didn't want to be seen by the two men. And although the two nocturnal workers had made a friendly impression on Lilli, she decided to follow the youth investigator's lead.
And? Have you found anything yet?
Do you have to keep asking that? I'll let you know if I discover something.
I guess you're right. I think Dr. Marcel's madness is starting to rub off on me. Ever since we found this stuffed rabbit by the lake, he's been obsessed. We should be taking care of patients instead of poking around the moor.
And then there's that absurd plan with the hypnosis doll.
Stop already and keep looking. Have you actually found anything yet?
Well,
Lilli had heard enough. Apparently, the men in white were Dr. Marcel's minions. It appeared that Edna's concern had been justified. Dr. Marcel really was looking for her. It was now more important than ever to find Edna's hiding place.
And again, this feels like stuff that was in the first game. Let's look at the feeding
was a
trough.
sign on the feeding trough. Don't feed the saber-toothed boars. Saber-toothed boars are very dangerous. In the event of an encounter, make sure you don't look like a well-behaved convent schoolgirl. Saber-toothed boars are nocturnal, grow up to 6 feet long, and like to lurk in the shadows. They can be frequently found near the territorial herb Artemisia, since they mark their territory on the leaves of this plant. Therefore, avoid areas where this herb grows after dark. The Forest Ranger. Lilli would have gladly heeded the warning, but she had no idea how to recognize Artemisia.
So, we'll have to do something more there. And I don't think we can really talk to Garrett.
Did you hear something?
I don't know. Hopefully not another saber-toothed boar. I'm still out of breath.
So we can't talk to Garrett until they're gone.
Garrett did what he was best at, listening. It appeared that Edna's concern, Dr. Markey, was now...
Okay, so it doesn't seem like there's anything else we can do here. And I don't think we can go to Moor Lake at all. Oh, yes, we can. Interesting. But I bet we can't go to the hideout.
You must not hang around dangerous places.
So yeah, we can't get into the hideout until later. And I think this might be the insane asylum and not the convent, but who knows. And there is no way back to the school. So we are pretty much stuck where we are. Apparently we need puffer fish. And pressing space gives me a hint inside the menu, so maybe I could have hit space in some of the other puzzles. Let's see if this works here.
To use the machine, you needed small change and a comfortable...
So, I think I get what we're supposed to do. Go to the cemetery and then disable the ability to play with fire. And then put the collection jar in the fire to burn it.
Just because Lilli was able to play with the fire again, it certainly didn't mean she would burn all her things. She preferred to save the option for a better occasion.
Okay, well, if that's not the answer, then let's see if we can hand this to her.
Oh, hi, little girl.
What do you have there?
Is that
What? Wait.
No, no, and no again. I don't know your Siamese twin brother, and I'm not going to look for him either. If only I had earplugs.
Miranya was busy.
Yeah, she won't help me at all until we get our earplugs. Do we have something in the inventory?
Could this be the ingredient for one of... Lilli couldn't find... It was one of the ingredients.
Okay. Let's see. Wool for her.
What? Wait.
Yes, and yes, I got it. You're sorry about that incident. If only I had earplugs.
So wool's not earplugs. Valium wine gum.
When Lilli was exhausted, she thought of things that no one could take away from her. Bones.
An air pump with a collection
Lilli
jar.
couldn't just conjure the...
An air pump with
wasn't really all that-
Valium. Air pump
Lilli
with
knew
white
she
gum.
food, and when is...
Yeah, what do I need to pump up? Maybe I'm supposed to just give the neon signs to the guy. That very well may be the first
Keep it,
thing.
girl. So long as you're supplying the ingredients, the drinks are on the house today. If you want to order anything, just point it out to me on the menu.
Okay.
If you want to...
So we have everything to get a neon drink.
Coming right up. Oh, by the way, that's a non-alcoholic cocktail, but don't worry. There's enough other illegal substances in it.
Neon drink to make your liver glow in the dark.
Okay.
Lilli had also received a box. It probably...
Let's see if we can use this to get
Keep
coins.
it, girl. So long if you want...
Yeah, I don't know what else. Should we just try and drink the neon drink? Signpost, bar, cemetery, courtyard, police. Valium in the
It
drink.
wasn't really all that...
Okay, let's...
That must be the...
We either want to do this
If
with
there was
this.
one thing Lilli was sure of, it was that she could never solve a problem by putting on the right pizza toppings. Lilli couldn't just come...
Yeah, I'm thinking we go back to the signpost. And then we go over to the bridge. And then we feed the neon drink to the feeding trough.
But Lilli, didn't you read the sign? You're not supposed to feed the boars. The forest ranger said so.
You must not contradict adults.
But luckily, you know that yourself.
Okay, so we need to activate our other ability first. Then feed the boars.
If the saber-toothed boars had to mark their territory, then they should do it properly.
So then we walk away. Then come back this way. So we now know what Artemisia looks like.
Excellent. The saber-toothed boars had had some neon drinks and marked their territory, so this had to be their territorial herb, Artemisia.
So we now have Artemisia, which is nice and all, but we don't know what the ingredients are here still, so we probably need to go back to the police station then. Let's see if we can get some money from him.
What's that supposed to be? An attempted bribe? You do know that's a criminal offense, don't you? Oh, now don't look so sad. It wasn't meant to upset you. I take it all back. Criminal offense isn't so terrible as long as you start smiling again.
Okay. So let's just give him the Valium.
Is that? Hey, you can't just take that. That's police property. Oh, now I don't need it. You can keep it if you want.
Yeah, it seems like that's going to be the same response each time. Chili pepper, maybe?
What's that supposed to be? An attempted... You do... Oh, it wasn't... I take it all criminal as long as you...
So anything we try to give him, it does seem like that is just going to be a useless response. Let's see if we try to air pump on the alcohol test. I doubt that's going to work. Let's see.
Lilli couldn't just The saber-toothed boars had had some neon, so this had to be their
Let's talk to the guy again, I guess.
Do you want to make another?
Yes.
Oh boy, oh boy. This... And who do you...
Let's make a complaint against the bartender.
Not the bartender, right? Oh no. To be honest, I've always had my suspicions about him. I've never seen his alcohol license. And lately, I've been finding piercing rings in my evening beer more often. It's given me reason to think. Plus, I've never been able to solve the mystery of what happened to the previous owner, Max Mixo, who just simply disappeared. On the other hand, he's very strong and big, and he has a violent look in his eye.
There we got the echo
I'll
again.
just keep an eye on him for now, which I can easily do from here. You did shut the door behind you, didn't you?
Yeah, I'm still not sure why he gets echoey like that. It kind of feels like it might be an engine thing, but in that case, there was just him talking and, like, dogs barking in the background. Let's see. Valium.
What? Wait. If only.
Valium doesn't work.
What? Wait.
Air pump doesn't work. Collection jar
What?
doesn't
Wait.
work.
If only.
Artemisia,
What?
maybe?
Wait. If only.
Unless you're supposed to burn this in the fire.
Hello, Lilli. You're not going to. Of course, you know that.
You must.
And see, that's a question about, did I just try to do the right thing? Or will I just get zapped every time I try to do something?
Just because she preferred.
Nope, I will just get zapped every time I try to do something. Let's go talk to the bartender, but it is oddly
If you want to order
complicated.
a volcano berserker, sorry about that, sweetie. Unfortunately, I don't have the recipe. The
So we're
previous
back
owner
to
took
finding another
it to
recipe.
grave or wherever, but they haven't found him yet, and they won't. Not where they're looking.
Lilli had never seen, but she was.
If you want. Have you got all? No, then I.
Okay. So we know he killed the new bartender guy killed the old bartender guy. But I am very confused as to what the next step is. Like, there's just no other thing you can do. So unless I'm supposed to talk to these characters, let's just try and talk to him.
Lilli didn't want the attendant. It appeared Dr. Marcita was now.
So it does seem like we may end up going this way, or having to go this way. But I am totally confused here. There's a pizza box. Let's try Artemisia on the pizza
There
box.
was one thing Lilli was sure of.
Let's try Valium
If there
on
was
the
one
pizza
thing.
box. Let's try wine gum.
If there was one thing.
Collection jar.
If there was one.
What am I missing? If I threw something.
It was already. Lilli knew food, and when is. Lilli couldn't. The dead seafarers would have probably been very happy about it too. Unfortunately, it wouldn't fit through the slot.
Okay. So something needs to go in the collection jar.
Lilli couldn't just. It wasn't really. Lilli knew food, and when is. It was already.
But that's what I'm telling you. Your grave is well cared for and all the flowers have been watered. If only I had earplugs.
This ball of.
See, it just feels like there's some pixel somewhere that I've just missed.
To use the machine and a comfortable. Flounder to go. How convenient.
See, it definitely feels like you would have a coin
To
here.
use the machine and a
Then you have the courtyard and the police. Then you have a signpost. There's nothing in the signpost. So unless I'm supposed to put this like boat here.
Lilli didn't want the attention. Lilli doubted, but she wasn't supposed to.
Maybe there was something else we're supposed to feed them.
There was a sign on the feeding Lilli wouldn't. There was a sign. Lilli. There was a sign. Lilli. There was a Lilli. Lilli doubted the saber-toothed boar, but she wasn't.
Yeah, this doesn't make any sense, and definitely feels like there should just be a hint. Yeah, there's just like, there's no hints here at all. Apparently we have gotten 2 achievements now. Maybe if I do this into the hideout but then actually go in, we could do that. Doesn't seem to be the case. And one would assume that the dead body is in the swamp here. But you can't just use an item without a place to interact. So unless you're supposed to talk to this guy.
You again? Oh, I would have. Ever since Dr. Marcel stopped running the asylum properly, this whole area has been overrun with escaped loonies. It's best to just stay at home and hide behind a desk. That's the most sensible thing to do.
So the one in the cemetery is one of the escaped loonies. Could you use wine gum with the alcohol test?
There wasn't any real wine in the wine gums. They consisted solely of artificial colors. Lilli knew she food, and when is Lilli knew she was food, and when is
So we have artificial colors. So wine gum must just be another item. Hey, look, the inventory messed up there.
to use the machine and a Lilli had also received a box like this after her father had been. It probably took the association.
If you want to. Have you got all the? No, then I can.
So you only get one of each drink either. Alright, well. All of a sudden we've hit a difficulty spike.
Oh boy. And who did...
Let's see.
You don't mean Doc. Keep it. The Doc we all but unless...
Yeah. So they might as well have just locked you in to this village. You can open and close the pizza box. What did we get from the pizza box? We got the pepper. And that feels like that would be the solution. And maybe we're supposed to use the bicycle with the air pump. That might be the
bike tires
simplistic
were properly pumped, just like their owner. That must be the...
Yeah, it seems odd that we're just missing something. I'm going in circles here. Well, we made some progress, certainly, but we're not making the most amount of progress. We did figure out how to save, so I can save now. Although saving seems to bring you back to the game. As far as achievements are concerned, almost certainly we've missed these three. Maybe this one. Some of these other ones. Maybe we haven't missed yet. And definitely seems like some of these might be achievements that are hiding. Either that or they're just in a weird, out of order spot. You'd think like this pizza time one might be an indication that there's some extra thing you can do with the pizza. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to look up the answer online. Like, we've hit a major difficulty spike where there is either just some object I have somehow managed to completely overlook, or there is an area I've managed to completely overlook, or there's some interaction I've managed to completely not find. On the base of it, it seems fairly obvious what we're trying to do. We need to drink alcohol, so we'll need to break our hypnosis to be able to drink alcohol, to get thrown into the prison to get the map, and then at that point we'll probably be able to get into the hideout, or the map might roll away some more and send us to another location. To drink the alcohol, we need to contact the old bartender's spirit and get the recipe. And to get the recipe and contact the bartender's spirits, we need earplugs. So then it really just boils down to where are the earplugs. And obviously to get the earplugs, probably at some point, we're going to need that third drink. And that means we need the salamander, the fish, or puffer fish, or whatever. So yeah, you're probably going to get the fish and then use the air pump on that, come to think of it, and make it a puffer fish that way. So we know what the air bike is going to do. And we know, I guess, pretty much what every item is going to do. Let's just think about this and look at the inventory. This is probably an ingredient for the drink. This is an ingredient for the drink. This is probably an ingredient. And this is probably an ingredient. So that really only leaves a ball of wool and the collection jar. And so we just need to figure out how to get the money out of the collection jar. And maybe turn the ball of wool into earplugs. And that's where it is falling down, is that we're just not being able to figure out how to do that one step. There's no hint system. I do believe in later Deponia games from Daedalic, they do implement some bit of hint system. This definitely feels like an older game. Of course, their release dates on Steam, I think, are somewhat inaccurate, and I wouldn't be surprised if some of them have been re-released and polished up. Yeah, but this definitely feels like this is a older instance of a Daedalic game. Anyways, that's going to be it for this recording. As always, I ask you to like, share, subscribe, comment, and watch every second of my videos. If you want a friend to follow me on any social media sites, there's a whole bunch of links down below. Thank you for watching. Have a good evening.